The vice president of the San Diego Unified School Board testified at a congressional hearing in Washington, D.C. about improving literacy for kids.
It comes as the Trump administration continues to withhold billions in dollars in public school funding. CBS 8's Shannon Handy spoke with Richard Barrera this morning and has details about what he said to Congress.
That hearing had to do with the Trump administration's plan to possibly offer families vouchers to send their kids to private schools to help with literacy. But Richard Barrera argues that is not the solution. He testified saying some of that money being withheld from public schools is what's going to help all kids learn how to read.
We rank #1 in 4th grade literacy and #1 in 8th grade literacy.
During a congressional hearing in Washington, D.C. today, San Diego Unified School Board Vice President Richard Barrera called on Congress to release funds being withheld from public schools nationwide.
What can the federal government do to support the growth of literacy in students across this country? One, you can continue the bipartisan advocacy efforts to demand that President Trump releases $5.4 billion of illegally impounded funds in a budget that you have already passed.
A couple weeks ago, we reported the White House froze a total of $6.2 billion in nationwide public school grants allocated to support English learners, teacher training, after-school programs, and migrant education because they weren't, quote, in accordance with the president's priorities. $50 million of that was supposed to go to schools across San Diego County. Earlier this week, the administration said they will release about $1 billion for after-school programs, but they have yet to release the rest. Before his testimony, Barrera told me he hoped the administration would do what's right instead of using those funds for private school tax credits.
It only goes to families who are already in private schools. And what the research shows is when that happens, we actually see declines in student achievement across the board, as compared to our experience in San Diego, that when we invest in public schools, we see growth and high performance.
Barrera also got across another message during his testimony by criticizing ICE and their enforcement operations.
You can ask, in fact, demand that the President of the United States stops terrorizing families in our district who are frankly afraid of sending their students to school.
There is a lawsuit pending on this matter in hopes of getting the rest of that grant money released. We will report on updates as they come. Reporting from outside San Diego Unified headquarters, I'm Shannon Handy for CBS 8.